No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. Can somebody save me, I'm losing every battle.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Brand Momentum Morning Show, your daily dose of vitamin I, which is your inspiration. And I'm just grateful. It's a beautiful day here. And wherever you are, I'm hoping it's a beautiful day. And even if it's not, from a weather standpoint, like, let's not be defined by the weather. Let's not let our being, right, be defined by the weather. Every day it's a beautiful day. Every day is a beautiful day that the Lord has made. And you know what I always say, we will rejoice and be exceedingly glad in it. So let us welcome the Momentum crew, all the party people who are always here, front of the row, front seat. Good morning, beautiful Stelita. Thank you for joining, my love. Good morning, Hadija. How are you, sunshine? Can't wait to see you in practice 2. Well, I get to see you at training today. Good morning, Marion. How are you, my love? I hope everybody is doing well. How are you guys feeling? How are you physically feeling? Just check in with yourself. Are you feeling pumped? You're feeling motivated? You're feeling a little, Either way, if you're not feeling at a 10, just still give yourself grace. You're here. So, I love you. This orange is one of my, well, it's actually my brand color, one of my brand colors, but it's also one of my favorite colors as well. Yes, you're feeling great. I love it. So we get to give ourselves grace. This is one of the most important things that you can do for you, because as we're going to read in Audacity to be Queen, we're going to be reading about, we get to recognize our humanity, and we get to give ourselves some grace. Oh, I love that. Hadija says she's happy, she's pumped, and she's joyful. Good morning, beautiful Melody. How are you, my love? So yeah, if you're not feeling at a 10, it's okay. You're here. You're still in forward momentum. I was having a conversation with a young lady yesterday, and I was just saying, you know what? We're not looking at anybody else's race. The only race we get to care about is our race. So important that we recognize that, because it's very easy to look left and right and start to wonder and compare, and I feel like I should be ahead or I should be more, and you're feeling like just this sense of rush. Just release that. Woo-saw that out of you. Where you are is exactly where you get to be, and where you get to be is wonderful. You're here. You're taking active steps to keep moving forward in your life, in your business, and we get to celebrate that. So, how was the weekend? What did you do? What, if any, shift have you made personally or professionally? I am happy to report, Momentum Crew, that I dared to stretch myself again. I set my alarm for 5 o'clock and I got out of bed at 5:02. And I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling just such a sense of just purpose and potential. So I was done and ready to get into the office by like 7:12. Never happens up until this point. And so I came in, I recorded a video, sent it off to the video editor, and did my Bible study already. I still have my journaling to do, but I'm so far ahead in terms of my big 3 that get to be done every single day. Good morning, beautiful Jacqueline. So my 3 that are non-negotiable for me, and I encourage you to have your 3 or 2 or 4. You know, it doesn't have to be a big, huge list, but that this is where you start to develop that consistency and the rigor. So for me, my 3 has nothing to do with anything else that I have on my multiple to-do list. These 3 are like waking up and brushing your teeth, non-negotiable. Doing my Bible study, journaling my gratitude, and journaling my business intentions. Non-negotiables. Even if I have a busy day and let's just say the day escapes me, it could be midnight, I'm finishing that in that day because that's one of the ways that I keep my word to myself. That's one of the ways that I get to stay in integrity with myself. So very important. Thank you, my love. I am so grateful for you. Good morning, Facebook user. Who is this? Good morning, Marcela. Oh, fantastic. Love that. Marcela is such an amazing paddleboard expert. Enjoy, my love. So what are your 3? And if you don't have your 3 or your 2 or 4, even if it's just 1, I'm inviting you today to have one thing that you get to do every single day, no matter what. No matter what. Yes. Marcela, what time do you get up, Marcela? I was just sharing that I put myself on another stretch and I set my alarm for 5 and I got up at 5:02. So that's now my new normal. What time do you normally get up? I know Khadijah is getting up at 4:30 or 5. So the non-negotiables are so vital for giving you this sort of instilled sense of purpose. That again, as you know, I like to say, you're not just waking up and loitering around the place, right? I know. Marcela said, wow. And you know why Marcela says what? Because Marcela knows me well. She knows I would normally just be rolling out of bed 8:30. But I've been on a stretch ever since I started doing this leadership work. I've been on a stretch and just earlier and earlier, and I'm getting so much accomplished. It's literally like you're just living, learning how to bend time, right? I gave one of my assistants the whole April schedule to do. I've already done that. I've already given my other assistant all of the work that gets to be done for the promotion for the CEO boot camp and mastermind, which, by the way, we launch on May 3rd. We already have, I think, 4 or 5 CEOs enrolled. We already have board members who are signing up to say, yes, they're going to come serve as your board of directors to help you move your business along. Guys, there's nothing else like this anywhere. You want to have your own board of directors. Please trust me when I tell you that. Huge. That's where the mastermind portion of this work comes in. Let's see. Melody says around 4:30 to 5:30. Okay, great. So, right, isn't it good though? You get up and it's your time is yours. It's your time, and it's your time with God to have such a peaceful, welcoming start to your day. You can think, you can strategize, even as you're going around getting, your coffee or, whatever you do as part of your morning routine. Jacqueline says 6:40 every day. Yeah. So my new number is 5. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Because one of the things I'm working toward is shutting down my schedule earlier so that I'm not 7, 8 o'clock at night working, because I get to spend focused quality time with my husband, right? That's been one thing where like he just gets put to the side because work, work, work. So now that I get up earlier and I get so many more things accomplished, we can get back to our regularly scheduled tennis games, at 5 o'clock in the evening. So that is the ultimate goal. So let's read. Please share, tag anyone that you know is really looking for, desirous of just this morning dose. It's so important that we start the morning off in the right way. So we're reading from the Audacity to be Queen. We're in the section called Your Ordinary Life is Over. What a relief to be reconnected with the truth that you can be, do, and experience life in the extraordinary ways you've always known to be possible. Your life can be extraordinary. Your life gets to be extraordinary. It's important that you nurture, deepen, and maintain this stellar mindset. Your mindset is key. Can't stress that enough. And you get to nurture that, as it is your foundation for all that is to come. So you get to check in with yourself. Remember, we initiated the 7-day mental diet. I wonder how many people started and where you are. And are you still mindful that your intention is to be able to do that? But your mindset drives everything. It doesn't matter if you know how to write the best ad copy or you know how to do hair, the best hair. If your mindset is limited, lack, if you're annoyed, frustrated, feeling down, everybody's after you, you're living in victim village, it won't serve you. It doesn't serve you. So let's see. Marcela says, okay, the gratitude journaling, the meditation, and then reading something powerful every morning. Perfect. And you do that with regularity, you end up with this peace that passes all understanding. Scripture talks about that. Peace that passes all understanding. So that when something happens, let's say you have a client session and you had to meet the client an hour away and you get there and the client doesn't show up. You're just, nevertheless, I'm going to just use the time here. Let me order a coffee. Let me make some phone calls. Let me, whatever. You just go with the flow. You're not all wrought up. I can't believe it. And how could they? And right? If you've ever read the 4 Agreements, don't take anything personally. So, and until thinking big becomes your natural state and default mode, be compassionate with yourself. So sometimes you'll see other people, maybe myself, maybe you'll see Jacqueline, you'll see Marcela say, oh, I do this. And they just seem like everything's coming up roses for them. And you're thinking, how are they able to just have that thought? Meanwhile, you're still thinking like, this isn't going to be possible, or this is hard, or these people are always after me. She invites you to Be compassionate with yourself, because guess what? They didn't always start that way. I didn't always start this way, right? I remember I told you the story when I was working at my corporate job and I had to generate $400,000 in new proposals. I mean, I was a wreck, just a wreck, worried, stressed, frazzled, add all of the adjectives. I was it. And it's with the work, it's doing the work over time. It's developing a practice, right? You heard Marcela talking about meditation and journaling. It's developing this practice of resting in gratitude. Scripture says, in all circumstances, give praise. That's not necessarily an easy place to be. But if you keep doing it more and more and more, you'll get there, and you will get to this peace that passes all understanding. People looking at you like you're crazy. Like, why are you not crying, stressed out, pissed off, mad? Because when you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. And so it just becomes your natural state to be grateful, even when things appear that you should be not so happy, because you've done the work, you have matured emotionally. Your emotions do not run the show in your house. And so when you get to that level of maturity, right? So you can think of yourself as being like, infant, toddler, growing up, young person, then you become a mature adult. Then you think like an adult and you govern yourself like an adult. Let's see. Jacqueline says, journal and visualize every morning before she starts the day and says her affirmations. Yes, everybody gets to have a practice, a morning. You get to have a morning routine even before you start on Instagram. So let me just see here. And this is no judgment. We're building awareness and we're creating momentum in the right way. If you wake up in the morning, do you immediately go to check your phone just to see what happened in the overnight hours? Or do you go right into the morning routine? Let me know in the comments. When you first open your eyes, do you check email? Do you check the phone? Because if you are, this is an invitation to not do that. I used to do that. Couldn't wait to wake up. Like, oh my God, let me see what's happening on Instagram. I used to be that person. I used to be that girl, right? Because I would tell myself, this is the story, my racket. Oh my gosh, there could be somebody really important on there looking for me to speak at a branding event. I got to check that first thing. And so I would tell myself that story to justify why I would check it first, and then go do the Bible study, and then go do the journaling, right? But it's the reverse. So the first thing you do should be going internal. When we check email, when we check the phone, even if you get up and have a conversation with your spouse or your significant other, quite frankly, or you get on the phone and you talk to somebody, let this be an invitation for you to go inward, to be in quiet time. And whether it's doing 5 minutes of just gratitude, reflection, visualization, your Bible study, your journaling, let the first moments be inward. Khadijah, I love you for your transparency and your honesty. So let's talk about this, because what happens is, Khadijah, when you check your phone first, whatever is going on in that inbox or on the social media platforms, they are now dictating your thought, because your brain naturally is going to start computing and processing, right? It's an automatic, autonomous machine. You know, we have to work really hard to get this brain under control. It's like a wild horse. And so when you first get up, I want to invite you to get into meditation, because meditation helps you to tame that wild horse. Because the minute somebody says, oh, so-and-so didn't, so then off your brain goes. Then it's like, oh my God, I can't believe she did it. Why would she do that last? And you're off. As opposed to let that sit there. That's going to be there. And that you prioritize your mind, because your mind directs everything that you do. Your mind directs your body and back and forth. So we get to take control of that first and say, I decide, I get to choose. I'm the CEO of me. I get to decide, I get to choose where my mind goes. And because that sets the tone for the day. Because if you don't do your routine, get into gratitude, have your conversation with God, and then you check a message from Good Time Tina, you don't have what you need to support you to respond to her message the right way. And you've given over your power to whatever is going on there. So if we can, I'm so glad we're having this conversation. This is so perfect. Let's see, Vivian says, absolutely. Have the conversation with God. Exactly. This is good. You got to own the day. Otherwise, I'm telling you, your mind's just going to go every single place in that email. You know, like this morning, I was just having like a WhatsApp back and forth with somebody on the design team about changes that I had suggested. And imagine if I started with that first, then I'm going to be like, oh no, it's not that look, it's this, and now I'm in hyper energy. As opposed to now I come in to my day totally woosad, so I can respond to anything. Say, no, not that option. It was option 2, and this is what we need, and this is what we need to change. Thank you. Look at me. I'm not shaky. I'm not worried, right? Even when they're challenging things that might be happening. Yes. Absolutely. Good morning, beautiful Amber. Oh, I love that. Yeah, that is what I every morning when I get into my meditation room, and I immediately put in my earbuds, and either I'm doing like a self-hypnosis or I'm doing like a Joe Dispenza meditation. And then I may just listen to like an interview with Joe Dispenza when he's on like, Louis Shore, any of those other shows, while at the same time I'm doing my plank. So I still keep my earbuds in. Now I'm on the floor doing my plank, doing the crunches, doing the wall sit. Then I take my earbuds out. Then I get on the floor and I pray. I kneel and I pray. And this is the beginning of my prayer every morning. Father God, thank you for another day of life. Thank you for waking me up to see this beautiful day. I've never seen one like it before. Father God, I know something amazing is going to happen to me today, and I want to thank you in advance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So when you do that, and then when I get up, I put my arms out, like up, and I say my affirmations, because it's so important that you have the energy, right? The energy and the feelings and the emotion are the things that amplify your thoughts, your desires, right? The energy, it's like the fuel on the fire. When you put gasoline, it's like, whoosh, that's what your energy does to your desires. So if you're going to do something like, I'm grateful that I'm financially secure, all is well with me. So feel that energy versus I am so grateful that all is well with me. I am financially secure. Do you feel a different energy? So that energy catapults that desire faster, brings it back faster. So when you can really get into that expectation, I know something amazing. Oh my God, something amazing is going to happen to, even as I'm just saying this right now, I feel like, you know, when you get like butterfly in your stomach, I literally just felt that. That's how you get to go into it. So one way that you can do that is, you know, I love to talk about improv. Like one of the reasons I'm such a confident, comfortable, prolific, articulate speaker is because one of my motto is I'd like to thank the Academy. What does that mean? Who's thanking the Academy? The actress, best actress in a drama. So you get to go into the character. You get to go into this character of somebody who is grateful and joyful and thankful. And you're like, yes, this has already happened to me. You get to become an actor. So you can feel into the role. If you think about, I wish Suzanne was on this morning because Suzanne's our resident actress. When a director is directing an actor and they are giving them lines, one of the things that they also do, they say, here is your motivation. What does that even mean? Why is that even important? Because here are the lines, just read the lines. But no, to deliver a believable performance, it is important that the actors embody the feeling of the person, the character that they're playing. I mean, method actors go next level stuff. So if you're, you know, let's just say somebody who's playing like a gangster, like even when they're not on set, all they wear are like the gangster clothing and they talk like the Boston gangster and embodying the role, becoming it, so that when they deliver, the performance is so beautiful, it is so believable. You're transported to whatever time in you know, in history that they're playing. That's what you get to do with your affirmations. You get to say them with energy and feeling and believe. And the way to do that, if it doesn't come naturally for you, just think of yourself as an actor. You know, one of the most famous lines from Gone with the Wind, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Right? I could say, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Do you see the different energies? And when you put different energy into it, how you receive it differently, as opposed to, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. So the directors give the actors their motivation. This is your motivation. This is what's going on. This is a feeling I need you to embody. Now deliver that line. One of the assignments I gave the accelerators in March Madness was to actually pretend that they were cast in a movie role. And the line said something like, they said no. In fact, they said no 20 times. But you know me, unbothered. I act like I didn't hear it. I came here to do good in this world. I came to slay. Keep going. Keep doing you. It feels good. Beat it, right? So I gave them that line, and it was so fun to see everybody interpret those lines. But you put feeling and action into it. So when you're saying something amazing is going to happen to me today, if you can't naturally just drop into that belief, then just see yourself as an Academy Award winning actress. How would an Academy Award winning actress say something amazing is going to happen to me today, right? Oh, something amazing is going to happen to me today, right? They put feeling and energy in it. So let that be a pro lesson that I just gave you a masterclass on that today. You're welcome. So thank you for sharing that with us. Vivian. Yeah, so we get to shift that. And everything is just a decision. Last week, Christina, who's a new accelerator, she asked me, she's like, how do you get up at 5:30? Don't you feel tired? I said, it's just a decision. I have just decided, right? I have given you time and time again. I will give it to you again today. The definition of decide. When you break down the root word, I got this from when John Maxwell came to a Legal Shield conference. Decide, the root word icide means death. Homicide, somebody killed somebody. Suicide, somebody killed themselves. Pesticide, somebody killed pests. Herbicide, somebody killed some weeds. Decide, you have killed off all other options. Right? There's no rolling over till 8:30 anymore. There's no missing my $1 million morning masterminds at 9 because it's too early for me. I've just decided I get to show up for my life. I get to show up and build an 8-figure company, which is a big desire of my heart. I get to do that. And the decision means everything else has been killed off. We're getting up early. We're doing our non-negotiables, right? We're hiring team. We're building out our firm. I mean, it just is happening. I've just decided. So if there are things that you are thinking that you want, but they're not happening, it's because you haven't been decided. It's because you haven't been resolved. But what you get to know today is that your epic life is possible. You just get to decide that you want to go meet it. Like one post that I said, don't wait for your ship to come in. Go swim out and meet it. You get to decide. Kill off all other options. So we're not getting sucked into the phone business anymore because we can just decide, I'm not picking up the phone. The phone does not magnetically jump into our hands and open our eyeballs and force us to look at it. So we get to decide. We say, nope, non-negotiables get done first. Get my supplementation. If you do your pre-probiotics, which I highly recommend, you do all of the things for you. You stay internal. You nourish yourself from the inside out. Then when you're set up and ready, then we can go meet the outside world. But not until I send for you. Right? One of my favorite lines. Don't come for me unless I send for you. So I didn't send for your Instagram post. I didn't send for it. Don't come for me. So you got to tell yourself that I will send for you when I'm ready. I'm not ready for you yet. So you don't get to come into my morning. Just a decision. So it's not easy to get sucked in. It's easy to decide I'm not going to get sucked in. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, Khadija, I will see you in your accountability on that. Yep. After 9, nothing's more important than you. Everybody hear me say that. Because you have the audacity to be queen. You get to say, nothing is more important than me. Nothing's more important than my well-being. Nothing's more important than my mindset. Because if my mindset isn't right, nobody else around here is going to be good. I love it. Yes, everybody needs to woosah. Shh. Just come into stillness, come into oneness. Who is this Facebook user? Tell me your name, please. Yes, we're not focusing on problems. We're getting set up to be the solution. Absolutely. Yes, Joel Osteen is one of my favorite. I mean, he's just so, I like the way he just breaks down the word very simply. Yeah, declare the power of I am. You know, you think of why I am is so powerful. You know, if you read anything about affirmations or declarations, they tell you to start with the I am, one of the 2 most powerful words that you can say. Why? Because God is in that. God himself says, I am the great I am. What? So that means you're calling in God himself into your business, into whatever you're saying after that. I am. Visually, mentally, energetically, feel yourself. You're calling in God. He says, I am that I am. Wow. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy. Yes, acting as if. The actors do it all day long. That's why they get paid the big bucks. We can do the same thing and call in everything that we need. Good morning, beautiful Barbara. How are you, my love? Oh, Joe. So Joe, see if you can't like exit, and then there should be a thing that says I'm going live using StreamYard. When you click that, then you give StreamYard permission to use your name, and then I'll be able to see you. Or if you want to go on the YouTube channel, it always shows your name. But yeah, we don't want to be Facebook user. In fact, happy to say, Mr. Joe Petrosky, one of the first CEOs taking his seat at the table, newly minted bootcamp and mastermind CEO. So welcome to the table, Joe. It's going to be magnificent. Yes, all of the I am. I love it. Absolutely. Anything that you put after your I am, hear me, you're calling in God into your business. It's not just, you're not saying I am, you're calling in I am, the great I am. And affirm with energy, affirm with your hands up. Like that's Joe, no, that's his power pose. You affirm with your hands raised to the heavens, to the outer reaches of the universe, and you declare it with energy. One of the things that we're going to be doing in the boot camp, we start out, the CEO morning mindsets are going to be so powerful. I just can't even wait. The mindset shift is key. We get to go right into power and potential. This is going to just be the thing that puts you in that trajectory. So for those of you who are at the retreat, amazing new news. I had a conversation with the dean of the business school of Houston University, Victoria, and we're going to be doing a free pricing strategy masterclass. What? For 1 hour? Hello. Stand by for details. Obviously, the CEOs who are enrolled get in that for sure. We're going to have it on Zoom, so whatever the seating capacity is. But as soon as I get that link together, if you want to, did I say you're going to get an hour with Dr. Ken Colwell, the dean of the business school, Houston University? Yeah, you want to run to that. He's going to be talking about pricing and pricing strategy and how you go about leveling up your price points, but also giving you ways that you can stand in it. Because, a lot of people will say, oh, double your pricing. And then they're like, okay, we'll go with God. And you're like, but wait, I'm not feeling epic yet. How do I tell, like I had a conversation with a client this past weekend, and I said, hey, here's what's going on. And I'm going to be sending information about this because this is true. The platinum branding program that I've been doing, that's just $14,000 for 6 months, is going away at that price point. It's going to be $50,000 because every single mentor that I have, all of my 8-figure mentors are like, yeah, that is too low. And I know the work that I do is beyond. So that gets to go to $50,000. What does that mean? It means right now, and just for those of you who don't know, it's a done for you program. That means me and my entire firm, we just do it. All you do is just show up and approve stuff. And for a lot of people, especially busy executives, they love that because they just don't have the time to try to figure out the Zapier and the integration and the Bluehost and what, right? This is what we do every single day. Let us do that for you. That service, that done for you, comes with a price because of the value. I'm giving you back time. Time is the most precious commodity, the most precious resource. And I'm giving back anyone who's desirous of, I'm giving you back your time. So it gets to be priced at the value that it is. Now, if you're not feeling epic right? In your soul, you'd be standing there quaking in your boots saying, oh my gosh, how would I even like open my mouth and say, oh, this thing now $50,000. Like, you're like hyperventilating. So Dr. Ken is going to give us the business of pricing strategy and how we move from one price point to doubling it and having the confidence to back it up and the reasons why and the value proposition to say, hey, this is why this is this. And then to be unbothered, to be unattached, because that's one of the things that happens, right? When you get attached to, oh, it's got to be this person's going to do this thing and it's you're just an allowance. You know the value that you bring, you know the market will bear. There are people out there who pay more. This is what I'm going to just give you a little bit, but there's going to be really a great time. I'm going to give you a lot of ways to think about it. When somebody says, oh, that's too expensive, you can just say, listen, I have clients who actually pay more. And you just take it off of you and it becomes a neutral event. It's either for them or it's not for them. So it's going to be a lot of mindset work when we do this masterclass as well. And I always like to use Louis Vuitton as a brand. Louis Vuitton's trunk satchel is $3,600. It might be as big as this book, maybe a little bit bigger. The trunk satchel is either for you or it's not for you. But it is $3,600 and they just keep it moving. So to build up that kind of like stamina, that energy behind your value, because that's all this is. It's a value proposition. Sure, you can go to, I don't know, Marshall's, Ross, wherever, and get a bag, maybe this size, for $49.99. But you hold to your value proposition. So anyway, we're going to have some really, really awesome stuff happening there. So yeah, wait for the link on that, everybody. It's free. You want to go ahead and get registered, but obviously the CEOs are going to get preference. They're going to actually be the ones able to ask questions and get their problems workshopped. So membership has its privileges. So I want to wrap us here. It's a great day to be awesome, to be epic, to know it is possible. Know that you are created just below the angels. If you are walking around with fear and worry and doubt and thinking that, you know, you're in victim village for life, you get to shift that. You get to shift that by enrolling in the CEO bootcamp. You're just going to trust me when I tell you that you're looking at a person who, when was that, Melody? 2016, stood up in front of a room, an audience of 50 that I had for my first ever branding event, and only one person bought a product from me for $297. That was my day one, Melody Dixon. And now I'm sitting in front of you telling you to work with me for 6 months. It's $50,000 and people will be paying that. You get to know how I move from that point to this point in that short of a time with no hiccup. Because one of the things I'll give you right now is I just remain unattached. And there's a process for how you actually go about doing that. But there's also part of it that comes with competence, that your stuff is good. So you're not scared. You're not scared to say, listen, as Joe said at the retreat, work with me. My healing hands are so anointed. My ability to up level your healthy cells and down level sick cells is unparalleled. One session, you're good to go. This is what that costs. To be out of pain, to be out of chronic nagging, having agita, stress, you can't do things, your limitations, right? Everything in life has a price. That cost is not about the cost of what it's going to take Joe to do that for you in a day. The cost is the value of you being free, the value of you being able to move, the value of you being able to go do salsa dancing, for the first time in 10 years. That's what you're paying for. You're not paying for his time to come up with the modalities and do the things that he does. So it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And everybody gets to know that you're worth it. You deliver the goods, you're worth it, because it's the promise, the value proposition. If I do this thing for you, this pain and suffering that you've been using as a crutch for the past 20 years is going to be gone. That's priceless. I'm giving it to you for the low price of $5,000. Powerful, powerful, powerful stuff. Yes, Melody Dixon, here we go to the world. I'm expecting to see you, my love, enrolled in CEO Bootcamp. We kick off on the 3rd. So let me just tell you guys, Momentum Crew, if you need to have flexible payment plans, no, I'm here. I'm the CEO of me. I get to do that. But do not remember this. Jesus says you have not because you ask not. And what I've been doing with the CEOs, Juliet's enrolled, Eileen's been enrolled. What I've been doing is just having conversation and say, hey, this is what it is. Here's the expectation, at least 80% participation, because it is a mastermind. So you get to be present. It's not about just taking, not just I'm bringing the board of directors and they help you and then you're gone and you don't show up to help anybody else on mastermind time. So we have that conversation and it's easy. It's non-threatening. I'm not like, being like the headmistress. But I get to have that conversation with you because I need you to hear what I'm saying. What I'm creating here is very unique. It's very special. And it's not going to be transactional. I may even keep the pod smaller than what I had initially decided, because I want everybody to have a powerful, intimate experience. So yes, PBC to the world. This is the intention. We get to shift. We get to elevate. We get to power up every single person who's so intending that their life gets to be epic, right? That they can go from not having to having, and having a process that gets you there, having a process that helps you to build your influence so that people you don't know from anywhere can just be like one conversation with you, not even conversation, one email written by you, and they're like, yep, I'm in. You get to learn how to do that as well. So don't forget, here is the link. I'm going to put it, when you click on that link, there's a refundable $250 payment. What that does, it just like holds your intention. You and I get on the phone. We have a conversation. I explain to you how the process is going to work. You say you're in. Wonderful. We make a payment plan. You're like, yeah, I can't commit to showing up 80% of the time. You get your $250 back. But at least you have the ability to hold a space and have the conversation, because, and this is one of the videos that I just cut the other day that we're going to be using as part of the promotion. When is it your time? When is it your time? When is it your time to breathe, to exhale, to be in flow, to just be in grace? When is it your time for people to be calling you saying, oh my gosh, I want to work with you, Marian. I want to work with you, Vivian. Oh my gosh, you're my realtor of choice. I want to connect you with my person who has $1 million house that they want to list, and we want to give you the exclusive. When is it your time to have that experience? Like, when is it for you, and not just you watching other people, seeing it happen for them and marveling and going, oh, wow, and that's so cool. When is it your time? There is no limit to the number of millionaires that can be on this planet. Nobody put a cap on it. So let me be the first to tell you, if for some reason somebody heard the 1%, 3% and thought it had to stay at 1%, 3%, no. When is it your time? Khadijah says her time is now. I want everybody to answer me that question. And just like we just finished talking about with energy, you have to put some energy when you're answering this question. When is it your time? When do you get to go? When do you get to shine? When do you get to have ease and grace and flow, and money's just coming into your bank account that you don't even remember you have a check because your flow is that strong? When is it your time for that experience? Why do we feel, oh, it's only for the chosen few? We are all children of God. We get to believe We get to believe that we have that superpower, that we have that epic anointing on us, that yes, absolutely anything we want, we get to have, but there is a process for that. Yes. Jacqueline says her time is now. Yay. Look at Joe being awesome over on the YouTube channel. I love it. Joe's time is here and it's now. If COVID, the season of COVID last year didn't teach us anything, it teaches us that life is now. Oh, I'm going to wait until 6 months when I save up. What did you hear? What did you hear? Say yes, and then we figure it out. Do not let your lying eyes prevent you from stepping into the deep. Because like, oh, look in the bank account, there's only $1,000. Now is not the time. No, now absolutely is the time, because you get to say yes. Martin Luther King says, you're not going to see the whole staircase. Keep stepping one step at a time. The staircase will unfold before you. You've heard Steve Harvey's video. I'm going to play for us. Tomorrow I get to have my second shot. So no momentum, crew. Watch the replay of previous episodes. But yeah, I get to have my second dose, so I can roll into Vegas in June and collect my top 100 influencer award, like comfortable, like not worrying about like, oh, don't come too close. Where he says jump. You have to jump. Yeah. Is it a possibility you could scuff your elbow on a rock formation on the way down? Yeah, it's a possibility, but it's also a possibility you can build your wings on the way down and fly and soar. Yep. There's that possibility too. Why do we choose to focus on, oh, but what if it doesn't work? Why don't we put the energy, right? Where, what if it works? What if it works and I have my program so filled? What if it works and I get booked by Oprah to do her event? What if, I'm telling you, I'm going to leave you with this. There was a young gentleman, I forget, he's maybe like in his 20s. I don't think he was even more than 30. On Twitter, just did a post that said, I think he does photography. He's a photographer and he's just kind of like building his thing. He's like, you know what? The social media is really good because you never know. Just one tweet from somebody else could really make a difference for your business. And he kind of shared a little bit. Do you know that Oprah responded to his tweet and said, hey, we're going to be redoing Oprah.com site. Why don't you come shoot a few sets for us? What? Yes. Because he dared to say yes. He put himself out there. He's not like, I'm going to wait until I really have all the great equipment and while I do all this, and then I'm going to try to find Oprah. No, he was just saying, I am jumping. And Miss Winfrey herself caught him. Wow. Yes, Melody Dixon, we know your time is now. Stelita, yes, your time is absolutely now. We get to have energy behind that. The time is now, the time is now, the time is now. Do not repeat the past. We keep circling the mulberry bush. Last year, oh yeah, we're going to get the year before year. We get to say with energy, this is going to be your affirmation these next 3 weeks until we kick off CEO Bootcamp. I will not be denied my success. With energy, I will not be denied my success. I will not be denied my success. Repeat that loud. Say it out loud. Scripture tells us, and God said, wasn't God thought, God wrote it down, and God said, let there be light. Let there be light. Say it out loud out of your mouth. I love it. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Joe, for jumping on. Awesome. Awesome. Let there be light. I will not be denied my success. I will not be denied my success. When you say that and you get into the energy of that and your body feels it and your mind believes it, and it's like, holy Hannah, she's totally serious. He is like totally serious. We better get to the getting of getting them their success, because they're like for real this time. Be for real this time. Somebody hashtag that. For real, for real. Are you for real? Or are you giving yourself lip service? When is it your time to step out and be seen and be heard and to shine and to serve? There's so many people in this planet that are hurting, that need help. One of the reasons why I decided, I said, I don't get to be comfortable in my zone. Like I'm good, because I can just write a brand strategy report for a client. I still do that for some of the Fortune 10, Fortune 500 clients and get paid $8,000 and be good. But like, you know what? I got my money. Hope you guys make it out okay. But I fully understand that God has a calling on my life, and I'm not trying to be like Jonah and pretend like I don't hear it and say I'm going to go do something else. Nope. I am obedient, if nothing else. So when is it your time? Absolutely no denying of my success. Be for real. There is no cap on the number of millionaires and billionaires in this world. You get to also go, but you have to be decided. So I love you guys so much. Find the link, the CEO Intensive. If you know there's even a small percentage of you where you're like, I'd like to at least get in now. And maybe you're like, I want to do it in the second, because it'll run. We're going to run these every 6 weeks. Show the universe that you're serious and put your $250 down and say, okay, right, I'm going to get in on the May one, the later May one, or I'm going to get in on the June one. Make a move. Show a bold, intentional action. That's what's going to shift your energy, because can you tell that I have been like cracked way wide open? You know what the dean of the business school said to me when I asked him, I said, would you be into doing a free masterclass for my people? He said, oh, yes, sounds good. Only on one condition. Here was his condition: that he gets me, my attention on his brand. Okay, done and done, right? Like that, the prize is me. Like he'll do it if he gets me on his brand. Like, are you kidding me right now? So much winnings, and we all get to win and we all get to go. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. I will not be here tomorrow. I'll be getting my second dose. Shout out to being fully dosed up after that. And then I'll be back on Wednesday. So go click the link, put your $250 down. Let's have a conversation. Remember that it's fully refundable. So no issues, no challenges, but show the universe, show God that you're serious. Be like Abraham. Let this be your Abraham moment where he was like, yep, let's go sacrifice, go get Isaac, let's go. And Abraham was like, okay. Even though in his mind, he's like, that's my one good son. What do you mean sacrifice him? But he said, let's go. And Abraham said, coming, Lord. So be well, my love. Yes, I love this, Khadija. Greatness recognizes greatness. Yes, thank you for that. I received that. All right, loves. Be super, super awesome. Make it a fabulous day. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Some of you I will see later today. Love you all so much. Take care. Bye-bye.